Gundam XARX-ZERO has just been revealed, spanning across a multimedia universe and building the biggest Gundam world in history. How did humanity lose the war? Is Gundam ZERO part alien? And how is the story linked to Rogue Orbit? Let's go through the trailer frame by frame while I break down every detail I can find to answer the questions for you. Before we deep dive, it would mean the world to me if you could leave a like, a hype, and share the video so I can keep bringing content like this to you guys. Alright pilots, let's get right into it! What is the RG project? It is the first ever Gundam project that combines a major anime and game at the same time. Coming in 2027, same time as Rogue Orbit. Does it share the same timeline as the game? Let's find out together! We see the object making contact with Earth. This is the first time humanity comes in contact with it. What is the object? I'll explain everything about it later. It sorta looks like a piece of pink bubblegum. Anyone else think so? Honestly, it looks kinda yummy. We see Earth scientists analyzing it and finding out the material has extraordinary properties. It initially benefits humanity and gives us the power to greatly advance space travel. However, it is not as perfect as it seems to have its own agenda. We cut forward to the post-apocalypse time, where material has gone rogue and taken over Earth. We see our protagonist, Rei Azumi. He definitely looks a lot more mature than our typical teenager Gundam pilot. He started the journey as test pilot, so he already has pilot skills, unlike most Gundam protagonists. Could this be the more mature and competent Gundam protagonist we've all been waiting for? He has this super cool black holo, which seems to be a mini computer or comms device. Looking at the kanji on the building, it seems like he is in modern-day Japan. The text translates to Machine and Environmental Engineering Corp. Looking at his maintenance outfit, could this be his workplace? We will do a deep dive on him later on, but we know that he is working as a test pilot at the beginning of the show. Now we see our potential wife of the show. She looks so pretty. We don't know her name yet, but looking at the similarities of her jacket to his, I'd say they are co-workers, and probably lovers at the end. We get a quick shot of the main Gundam flying over the industrial landscape, and see that Rei is indeed the pilot. Anyone else think his control sticks looks kind of funky? I like it though, very unique. Next, we see the actual conflict between humanity and the aliens. We get a glimpse at the apocalypse, the alien threat in the anime. The official website describes it as a self-proliferating silicone-based lifeform that's split off from the object. Anyone else thinks it looks like the mobile armor Val Wallo from Stardust Memories? I think it looks kinda cute, honestly. Like a giant space crab. We see that there are alien crystals on its back and seems to be emitting strange particles as its propulsion. We learn later on that these crystals allow for interstellar travel and came from outside the solar system. Just a thought, if these apocalypse monsters still exist 100 years later in Rogue Orbit, does that mean the protagonists are destined to lose in the anime? And the war never ended even a century later? Next, we see this huge alien object floating above the Earth's surface. Could this be the mothership of the aliens or their evil lair? The next part goes by super fast, so let's slow it down a bit to see what's happening. We see a skirmish between the Earth's mobile suits and the alien threat. Let me know if you felt the same, but this shot immediately reminded me of the ELS from Gundam 00. It looks like the grunts in the show will be standard Zaku's. Funnily, the color scheme and shield is very Federation coded. I presume one of these poor things got eaten up by the aliens in the previous shot. Well, we have some new female characters as well, but more importantly, we get a glimpse at another grunt suit. This reminds me of the gym. If we do a comparison with the Gundam Helix from Rogue Orbit, doesn't the head look awfully similar? This means that the Helix is most likely a descendant of this MS line. The bigger question is, are the Zaku's and Jims on the same side fighting against the aliens? Or are there different factions in this show? We shall see. We see a myriad of other supporting characters, including this girl. We know nothing about her yet, but she gives me Char and Sayla vibes. Let's see what side of history she will be on. We then see what could be our ship captain, in a very Maru Ramius-esque outfit. Oh wow, now this is a Char clone, with the blonde hair and red uniform, and with that smirk. You definitely know he'll be up to no good. We even see what looks like to be his Gundam. On first appearance, you might think it's a red version of the Gundam ZERO, but if you put them side by side, they have a lot of differences in armor and weaponry. Is he fighting for Earth or secretly pushing for its downfall? We shall see. We then see Rey getting inside the cockpit of the Gundam ZERO, while one of his comrades yells for him to stop, or else the universe might be torn apart. Does the Gundam ZERO have the ability to warp space and time itself? So excited, can't wait. We get a really good look at the Gundam's face here. It definitely gives me Gundam Helix vibes as well. And its mouth vents are so small. Do you guys like this design choice? Let me know in the comments below. Unsurprisingly, it adopts the classic RX-78 color scheme. Bandai knows exactly what we like. We immediately see it do a soccer kick to one of the infected mobile suits, use its beam sabers, and perform bull riding on the back of one of the Apocalypse masks. We can assume that the beginning of the story opens with Rey discovering the Gundam out in a space colony, see his comrades get infected by the mobile armor, and have to fight them all off by himself. Oh, he stabbed it in the mono eye. Ouch. We then see the date the story takes in, and we'll analyze this a bit later. We then get our best look at the Gundam yet, and I can immediately see similarities to Gundam Helix, with its futuristic glowing pieces all over its body and shoulders. We get a really cool shot of Rey floating in an abandoned colony with the Gundam looking at him upside down. Is this how he discovers it? We close out the trailer with him doing a standard RX-78 beam saber pull and rushing at the alien threat. Now, this line is quite interesting. It seems like another character commenting that Rey can see something most others cannot. If you ask me, I'm betting the blonde shark clone shares some sixth sense with Rey, and only they can see certain properties of the alien crystals. This is probably the craziest part of the trailer, and they saved it for last. The ending shot is a fairly creepy image of the Gundam ZERO with its cape and bandaged arms, with its twin-colored eyes staring you down. If you take a close look at its right arm, it looks almost alien? Is this the Gundam ZERO being slowly corrupted by the aliens, or was it created with alien technology from the beginning? It appears the jewel on its chest as well as its twin-colored eyes are hinting at the fact that it can absorb the alien materials in some way and enhance its own body. It could be that humanity is retrofitting captured alien biology or scavenged tech directly onto mobile suit frames to fight back, giving the mechs a distressed Frankenstein-like look. Is there a darker secret to this Gundam that hints at it being humanity's doom instead of its savior? Let me know what you think this means. Wow, what a trailer! But that's barely scratching the surface. We also got a massive info dump right afterwards, detailing everything about the world, the aliens, the Gundam ZERO, as well as how this anime connects to Rogue Orbit. Let's get right into it. So let's start by talking a little bit more about the RG project. It's a comprehensive and massive Gundam project that will combine multiple media forms to tell the story. I know we've technically had games like Gundam Breaker going alongside Gundam Build Fighters before, but this is the first official project that directly links the story and the world together. To answer a question at the beginning of the video, yes, the anime and Rogue Orbit takes place in the same timeline. We are set in the after-apocalypse timeline, and the anime itself tells a story that happens 100 years before the video game, building the beginning of the universe. Quick question for you though. Why do you think the Gundam ZERO have different color eyes? Let me know your theories in the comments. A little bit about the production team. We have Kenji Kamiyama as the director. His standout works include Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex, and Ultraman 2019. He also brought over some of his own team for the design, including Echi Shimizu as the mechanical designer, who also worked on Ultraman before. This could explain the humanoid look on the main MS. Interestingly, Sola Animation will be taking care of the animation part instead of Sunrise, who are only involved in the planning phase. This is Kenji Kamiyama's home team, as they also worked on the aforementioned series he directed. There seems to be a trend of Bandai collaborating with other studios on Gundam, as with GQuarks before this. Are you guys a fan of Gundam branching out into other artistic directions away from Sunrise, or do you prefer to keep things in-house? Let me know in the comments below! So, let's take a closer look at the story and alien threat in this world. It appears that the aliens were originally called Autonomous Interstellar Object when they were first discovered, and they are definitely from another galaxy than ours. At the beginning, they greatly aided humanity in achieving 3 major discoveries: gravity control, FTL communications, and cognitive materialization. What do these things actually mean? Gravity control is relatively simple, most likely allowing humans to control and manipulate gravity in space, like in sci-fi movies. FTL stands for faster than light, meaning that these alien materials allows humans to instantaneously communicate with each other over comms, avoiding the common massive delay in deep space or deep sea missions. Cognitive materialization is a tough one. On the surface, it sounds like it allows the user to imagine certain objects and have them materialize, but it could also be much deeper than that. This is starting to get into new type powers territory. Are we going to need Setsuna to show up to understand the aliens for us? After the alien materials suddenly go rogue, they are then referred to as the apocalypse. The aliens already won the war before the anime happens, and they abandon the Earth, leading to year 1 of the AA century. We learn that most of humanity is living either on the moon or in colonies, and children born by AA45 have no memories of Earth or humanity without the apocalypse. Since our protagonist seems to be a young adult, he probably was born on Earth and fled with his family to space after the invasion, so he must have some fond memories of Earth before the chaos. Now, this is what we have all been waiting for, the main Gundam itself! Woo! From the trailer, we know that it is a state-of-the-art experimental unit, developed to combat the apocalypse. We don't get to see much of him during the trailer, but there were actually quite a few leaks of him that came out months before this announcement. I would love to do a deep dive into those leaks to analyze the mechanical features and weapon loadouts of this Gundam, so let me know if you'd like to see that in the next video in the comments. Last but not least, we have Gunpla drops from XARX-ZERO and Rogue Orbit. The Gundam ZERO is getting the royal Gunpla treatment with HG, Gundam Universe, and Robot Spirit releases. The model shows off more weapons than in the trailer, so it's definitely interesting to see. We have twin mini arm shields as well as space-fused backpack thrusters that reminded me immediately of the G-Sub or Aerial Gundam. We have a bunch of other releases as well, but to be honest, the ones that has me the most excited is at the very end. We have a new line called Gundam Miximize, which focuses on mixing and matching parts to create your own original MS design. From the chunky design and hollow parts though, this looks like to be more of a budget line aimed at the younger generation. We also have this super cute chibi Gundam ZERO from the Gundam Cross line. The teaser claims it is a new line that allows you to enjoy unique dress-up plays. Gundam at dress-up? I'm not sure how I feel about that. It will include mask off and helmet off options, which is very interesting to say the least. There is also another action figure of the Gundam to be announced, although I'm not sure how this will be different from the Gundam Universe figures. Alright, enough of XARX-ZERO, let's talk about Rogue Orbit. Not only do we get these super detailed line arts from the Gundam Helix and Apocalypse monsters from the game, we also got their Gunpla releases confirmed. Well played, Bandai, you were planning this all along as per usual. First of all, the HG Gundam Helix seems to have crazy levels of detail and part separation. How much of this is pure plastic versus stickers? We shall see. If the kit can look half as good as a straight build out of the box, I'll be really impressed. We also have a special edition color of it, which I prefer to call the overall gray design of the original. Is this hinting that we can customize and paint our Gundam in the game? Fingers crossed for customization options, please, 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 please. Which color scheme do you prefer? And most importantly, which of these figures are you most excited to get or build? Let me know! Alright guys, that's all the time I have for this video. This is shaping up to be one of the craziest and darkest entries in the Gundam universe yet, and I cannot wait to analyze it with you as the show is airing. Oh, super exciting. Let me know if you'd like to see a breakdown of all the Gundam ZERO leaks. If you watched out here, I hope I've earned your like and subscription, and stay tuned to Oki to get the latest scoop on Gundam anime and gaming. Thank you so much to my channel members for supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much. Please check out my full breakdown of Rogue Orbit if I haven't seen it here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Oki out. Oki out. Oki out. Oki out.